YouTube, man, what's going on? It's LNH back with another vid. Now guys, the basketball scene has been going crazy lately. If you haven't been tuning in, man, LiAngelo Ball and Sharife Cooper have been going insane. So I'm going to break down some of their production, what just went on, and really the truth about these two players. So let's break it down, get into it, man. But like the vid and subscribe, turn on those post notifications. Come on now, it's free. Now let's get right into it. Now, of course, you guys know Sharife Cooper just had an excellent game last night. This dude even hit a game winner and pretty much went off for 21 points, 9 assists, and 5 for 8 from the field. Now that's super impressive. This dude was going crazy, and you guys know it's crazy because I dropped a video yesterday really giving you guys the real reason why he didn't play so well. His first game, he had 10 points, around 6 turnovers, but he looked like a completely different player last night. Now I think the biggest takeaway from him was, of course, this dude seemed to me like he looked way more comfortable on the court. I think he finally found that spot in that gel where he could play well. I saw him throwing up alley-oops like he used to do in college all the time, and I really just think he looked much more comfortable playing last night. His jump shot was falling, but man, can we talk about his jump shot? His three-point shot form looked completely different than what we saw in college. A lot of you guys know this dude used to lean back on his jump shot a ton, but if we take a look at any of his highlights now, and even I made a previous video about him working on his three-point percentage, man, his jump shot and his form looks a lot better. He looks like he's following through, and it showed pretty much tonight because he was 5-3 from the three-point line, which is excellent shooting percentages. Now, it's crazy to think that this dude actually fell to the second round, and in my opinion, his stock at the time of when he was drafted dropped a ton from going to college to the league, and most likely that was because of his three-point shooting percentages. Again, that was only on 12 games when he did play in college at Auburn, but man, I think this dude is clearly a steal of the draft. Now, one thing I can say about this dude, and for sure, I definitely made that video yesterday and said that, of course, his height was going to be a factor that may hurt him in the long run, of course, playing in the NBA. You guys know this dude is not the tallest, but seeing him play yesterday, man, it really didn't seem like a problem at all. He really seemed like he found his spot, but man, we have to point this out about his game and about the NBA G League as a whole. You guys know most of the players in the NBA G League, man, these are not the guys that are running the NBA. But I think it's a great start for Sharife Cooper, and to see a lot of these young rookies really going out here, getting buckets, doing their thing, hitting game winners, taking initiative, getting their teammates involved, playing very well. And I think it's a step in the future and in the right direction to really see what this dude is going to be made of. But man, if you're already hitting game winners, this is only your second game. I really wonder what's going to happen for Sharife Cooper in the future. Man, I can't wait to see the rest of this dude's career and the player that he really develops into. Now, I knew Sharife Cooper was cold, but man, after he hit that game winner, if you didn't notice, he stared down one of the bench players of the other team, and man, I could really see it. Man, Sharife Cooper has that ice in his veins, and I think for sure he seemed like he was never afraid of the spotlight back in college as well. So to see him make this transition to the NBA and play like this, man, it's gonna be a scary sight to see this dude in the future. But man, comment down below, let me know what you think about his recent performance. Do you think Sharife is really that guy? How good of an NBA career is he going to have? Let me know in the comments down below. You know, we've been covering Sharife for a minute since he was in high school, man, and things are looking great for him. But let me know, drop a comment down below, and I'll respond to all comments, so make sure you leave one. All right, next, I gotta talk about this, man, LiAngelo Ball. Now, a lot of people have been coming at me saying I'm hating on LiAngelo, and I gotta be honest, he has one of the strongest fan bases I've seen in a while. Man, people really rock with Jello heavy. Now, to be honest, he did have a decent game, his second game. If you guys saw, he scored 10 points, but he did a number of things very well. Now, for sure in this game, his teammates were not passing him the ball as much, which was pretty interesting to me. But you guys know, everyone is trying to get theirs in the G League. Everyone is trying to get signed to a full-time NBA team. So these are things you have to expect, that sometimes you're not going to be able to get as many touches as you want to. And with that being said, getting less touches, man, his rebounding and defense were something that are super underrated in my opinion. The way he was locking up his defender, going for rebounds, being super aggressive, even though he wasn't scored as many points, really shows a solid IQ and that this dude is about wins. He wants to see his team win and eat regardless if he's the one that's always shining. And man, that clearly shows Gelo's probably going to have a solid future in the league. Now, is it me or did Gelo look super fast when he was playing? I think he looks like he sped up a lot more than we saw him in the past. A lot of people know and used to call this dude pretty unathletic, or maybe he didn't have the speed, but how fast his jump shot is, the release of his jump shot was looking super impressive as well. And man, you guys know he was the highest scorer out of all his brothers on Chino Hills. So it's one thing to really talk about this dude and talk down about him, but it's another thing to really take that into account and then see how it's transitioning to his 2 games that he's played thus far. And man, I think he's putting himself in an excellent position to get signed in the future. These are the things that you have to do, and I think what a lot of the coaches are going to be looked for if they want to bring players on full time and really allow them to sign that contract. And with the way he's playing, and even if you look at him compared to other people who even got drafted, man, he's playing better than a lot of them, or at least outshining a lot of them. So I got to give credit where it's due. But man, like I said previously, you guys were coming for me in the comment section on my other video. A lot of people were calling me a LiAngelo Ball hater just because I stated that LiAngelo basically put himself in this situation, and he probably could have been in the NBA, or at least in the NBA G League, a lot sooner than this. Now, yes, it's a fact with the situation at UCLA that did happen, but I'm glad to see this dude is back in the league and he's doing his thing and he's definitely making the most of this opportunity. And who knows, I think he has a solid shot at getting signed. Now, there's something that no one is noticing, and I think there was a solid comment that someone commented on my most recent video. So let's take a look at this. Means almost nothing. Most of these guys won't even make the roster. Some guys pacing themselves and some gunning to impress. Lonzo was the Summer League MVP and stunk up the NBA rookie season. We gotta wait before making any bold statements, but it's fun to talk about. Now, this is very, very, very important. Man, shout out this dude right here, most one. But you guys gotta think about this. A lot of people in the NBA G League do not end up getting signed. So it's one thing to talk about how players do when they perform well in the NBA G League, but it's another thing when we talk about players coming on and actually playing in the NBA. And you guys know, I think the better that they play here, it's definitely an indicator as to how they'll play in the future. But for sure, it's not the end all be all for a lot of these guys, and majority of them are not even going to get signed. Now, I got to agree with it, but man, I think Gelo and players like Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham, a lot of these guys are setting themselves up for success. Even Sharife Cooper, the way he was playing yesterday, man, he outdid himself there and really showed a lot of people they shouldn't be calling him overrated or a bust at all. And of course, he got even drafted the 2nd round, so we could never say that. But man, even somebody like Gelo, a lot of people are calling him overrated as well, overhyped, has all this clout and no game. And a lot of people laughed at him while he wasn't in the league, but now he's definitely made it. And a lot of people are saying I'm a Gelo hater. At the end of the day, I see it how it is, and I'm glad I can congratulate him and say, man, I'm happy that he's made it thus far, and hopefully he could get signed. We will see in the future. You guys leave a comment down below. I am responding to all comments. Leave a comment. I'll make sure to respond to you. Man, let me know what you thought about these recent performances. This NBA Summer League has been lit, honestly, and I'm surprised I'm even talking about it, because you guys know this is more of a high school channel, high school college basketball channel. You guys let me know, drop comments down below. Let me know if I missed anything about these dudes, but I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in again. We are on our way, racking up subs, so keep up the support. I'll make sure to keep getting these videos out for you. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. All right, it's LiAngelo.